Classic or innovative, iconic or futuristic, the car has defied the necessities of transportation to become a symbol of power and elegance since Carl Benz brought us the first ever model in 1886. Since then, the market has remained one of the most animated and remunerated ones on Earth. The world's obsession with the motor cars has led to some of the most beautiful and brilliant application of man's power to create, and the outcome can be as opulent as it is desirable. Buckle up and ride with me until the very end of this video and get awestruck with these amazing cars that made the world stand up, pay attention, and fall head over heels in love. But before that, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell for future updates. Number 10. Porsche 911. Thanks to Peugeot, who had previously registered all three-digit numbers with 0 in the middle, in 1963, the name of the original Porsche 901 had to change. It became the 911, and with this change to one of the all-time coolest car names, the world's most famous and most instantly recognized sports car came to life. A rear-engine masterpiece of iconic design and technology, the essence of the car hasn't changed for half a century, with hundreds of iterations over the years. The argument rages to this day that an engine mounted at the back of the car shouldn't work, but it does. Think Lamborghini and you think Countach, Mura or Diablo. Think Ferrari and you think Testarossa, Dino or F40. But think Porsche and you think 911. That's the difference. Sportier in style than other models of Porsche, the car giants have achieved a perfect melding of sport and luxury, naming this model their benchmark. We couldn't agree more. Number 9. 1961 Aston Martin DB4GT Zagato. With that sensacious curve of a roof and the low, wide balance of this racing car, it's easy to see how it remains as head-turning today as it did over 50 years ago. The Aston Martin DB4GT Zagato is a Grand Tourer sports car designed by Zagato and produced between 1960 and 1963. Aston Martin DB4GT Zagato predominantly featured a 3.7-liter aluminum twin-spark straight, 6-cylinder engine with a 9.71 compression ratio, higher than the DB4 GT engine. The engine produced 314 horsepower, 234 kilowatts, and had a 0 to 60 mph acceleration of 6.1 seconds and a top speed of approximately 154 mph. Number 8. McLaren MP4-12C. This is the first McLaren entirely built and designed by the company since the F1, and the outcome was certainly worth the wait. The McLaren has the kind of performance that makes lesser cars feel pathetic, plus a no-compromise ride comfort, and it's easy to drive as well. We like the MP4-12C's cutting-edge carbon fiber composite structure, trick suspension that gives the best of all worlds, and its comfortable and intimate cabin. Number 7. Lamborghini Murcielago. Produced between 2001 and 2010, Lamborghini put the design of this car in the hands of Luke Dunkerwolf, who created one of the supercar giant's most popular models to date. The exceptionally low body of the Lamborghini brand remains this vehicle, adding to the dazzling effect of it when in motion. A super sports car was first manufactured in 2001, being the first model introduced by the renowned Lamborghini brand in 11 years. The Murcielago quickly garnered worldwide attention, with its sleek, angular design and dramatic scissor doors. The Murcielago Coupe is a masterpiece. Paired with all-wheel drive, 6-speed manual or semi-automatic transmission, and a Lamborghini V12 engine, the coupe accelerated from 0 to 62 mph in a mere 3.8 seconds. Number 6. Jaguar XJ. Jaguar's futuristic range-topping saloon remains a striking car, even years after launch. For 2014, it was tweaked with subtle honed suspension settings, better satellite navigation, a standard 8-speed auto with stop-start, plus big improvements in diesel efficiency. XJ's assertive style includes an imposing upright front grille with mesh detail, powerful LED headlights, and eye-catching LED taillights with a distinctive pinstripe graphic. Its powerful character is reflected in the low wide stance and long taut waistline. Because its body is all aluminum, it is not only strong and rigid, but also extremely light. Number 5. Ferrari 250 GT California. The car that plastered the walls of bedrooms the world over, this model is the ultimate in clean lines and classic beauty. Thanks to Ferrari's reputation in motorsports and the work of importer Luigi Chinetti, the United States became an important market. John von Neumann, the West Coast representative, thought that there was a potential for an open Spider suited to the California sun, a sort of open 250 GT Berlinetta. The entire Ferrari 250 line seems to have secured its place in the palace of automotive royalty for generations to come. With unmistakable lines, a variety of powerful but also reliable Colombo V12s, and limited run production, almost all of the late 50s to early 60s Ferrari 250 models command astronomical values at auction nowadays. What made it even more desirable were its covered headlights. Amazingly, the more sought-after variant is actually the one Ferrari made. More of a total of 37,250 California SWB Spiders left the factory with covered headlights, and just 19 were optioned without the glass over the twin circular headlamps. Number 4. Bugatti Chiron. Bugatti's Veyron, while striking and undeniably iconic thanks to its record-setting top speed, was not necessarily an attractive car. To many, it was stubby, bulbous, and weird-looking. While only incrementally faster, its successor, the Chiron, is a whole lot prettier. The design is more aggressive, with larger air scoops and vents. The whole rear end is practically one big mesh grill with taillights stuffed into its void. Each side of the car is dominated by a C-line that curves around the doors and visually splits the body into two distinct sections. This demarcation doubles as the color division for the Bugatti's available two-tone paint jobs. It's all very purposeful and dramatic, and beautiful, especially the Pursport. Number 3. Lexus LC. The outrageous Lexus LC began life as a wild-looking 2012 concept car that Lexus had no plans to build. 4 years after that show car debut, it made a nearly edit-free transmission to production. The LC's classic Grand Tour proportions are just the beginning, embellished with a dramatic hourglass grille, squinting headlights, spectacularly wide and muscular rear fenders, and roof that appears to float thanks to blacked-out C-pillars. The Lexus design is not minimalist, but we think its sci-fi detailing adds to the car's beauty. This 2021 Lexus will add a convertible to the lineup, and it looks at least as stunning as the coupe. Number 2. Volvo V60. Since being sold in 2010, Volvo has elevated its styling from quirky suede to modern chic, establishing a standout style even among the distinct personalities in the luxury space. The Volvo V60 is not only an example of Volvo's stylistic resurgence, but also its dedication to building attractive wagons. The V60 looks like a scaled-down V90, and that's not a bad thing considering its larger sibling, while even more beautiful and premium is only a special order in the US, making it a rare sight on public roads. Number 1. Ford Model T. Henry Ford's Model T is probably the very definition of an iconic car. It was the car that made automobile travel possible, previously the exclusive domain of the super wealthy, accessible to Billy Average. It gave firstly Americans, and then the rest of us, the freedom to travel. Called Tin Lizzy, by 1913, it was outselling the combined output of every one of the world's car manufacturers, thanks to Ford's paradigm-shifting moving assembly line. Between 1908 and 1927, he succeeded in his ultimate aim to democratize the automobile, and while he famously wrote in his autobiography, any customer can have a car painted any color that he wants, so long as it's black, it was available in other colors. It was in its later production years that the Model T truly became ubiquitous. As one of the most famous 1920 cars, the Model T was cheap, basic, and the subject of 1,000 jokes, but it forever changed the socio-economic fabric of the century that followed. Which of these cars would you truly like to own? Do you know of any other amazing cars that we missed in our list? Sound off in the comments section below. Thumbs up, subscribe, and ring that notification bell if you enjoyed this video. Until next time.